Semen retention makes you the main character in your life. Let's talk about this. This is something that I've been thinking about, talking about for the past week. So I want to get into it real quick, man. When you retain your life force energy, right? You start to realize like you're the most important person in your life. And I don't mean this in an egotistical way, but it's like, I feel like me personally, I spent a lot of my teen years, a lot of my, later teen years just watching other people's lives. I was watching, content creators. I was watching, people on social media live their dream life or just, I was seeing everybody just take action, right? And this just goes back to my last video that I made, man. Why taking action in your life is very important, because it makes you realize that you're the main character in your life. Retention has put that energy in me to where I realize I'm the main character in my life, bro. I don't have to follow anybody. I don't have to be like anybody, because I'm my own person, bro. I'm special in my own way. I'm unique in my own way, bro. It's like, I used to always just feel like I had to run in packs. I feel like I always had, I love to be alone. I love my alone time, right? But I was like, I always felt like I had to be around people to have fun and to, go out to eat and to do all of these things. But nowadays, bro, I realized that, like, I don't mind doing things alone, bro. I don't mind just doing things by myself because I love myself. Main character energy is very important, bro. Just realizing that you're the main character in your life. It's like, you ever watch that movie Get Out, when the dude was in the sunken place and he was literally watching his life from the sunken place, and that's like one of the most scariest scenes that I ever seen in a movie, because deep down you realize like a lot of people was living their lives like that. A lot of people was living their lives from the perspective of like not being conscious, like a zombie out here. Like they're waking up every day and they're constantly they're constantly in the rat race. They're constantly just going. They're not finding time to actually slow down and be in tune with themselves, right? And it's like that movie Get Out, where he was in the sunken place, and then really like a lot of the guys in that movie, like even when the main character, he snapped the photo accidentally and the flash went off, and then the dude he came back into consciousness with himself, but he was like under like a spell, bro. A lot of people in this world is under like a sleep spell. So it's like retention kind of put me in a space where I had to be alone, bro. And in the beginning of my journey, in 2020, the end of 2020, when I first got on the journey, right? After my 3-year relationship, I realized like, okay, I got to be alone, bro. I have to be alone. There's no way that I'm going to be able to really, I feel like God just forced me in a space where I had to be in solitude. But I don't think if I ever was put in that space of solitude that I would have made this YouTube channel. I don't think that I would ever healed and really did the shadow work, did the inner work, because I was constantly just distracted by everything outside of myself. So main character energy is very important. I also want to talk about like when you start retaining, right? You get that certain confidence about you. You have that certain energy about you where you feel like nobody can mess with you, bro. And it's just self-love, bro. It's just self-love. Like I realized like when I started retaining, my walk changed, bro. My whole demeanor changed. My energy about myself changed. I started becoming way more confident in myself. And you could see that by the way I talk to other people, by the way I look you in your eyes when I'm speaking to you, by the way I talk to, like, I realize now, at my job, right? Specifically at this job, I'm not afraid to like look people in their eyes when I'm talking to them. I'm not afraid to, I'm just so confident, bro. I'm so confident, and confidence rubs off on others. Like when and it's easy for you to fake confidence, right? I remember back in like 2018, right? I was hitting the gym. Heavy. I gained a lot of weight. I gained a lot of muscle. And I had this one dude around me, right? He was my friend at the time. He was my homeboy at the time. And this when I wasn't confident in myself. I was just hitting the gym because I feel like when I started hitting the gym, because I was watching all of these YouTubers and I wanted to change my life. So I was watching all these content creators on YouTube and they was just working out. So I'm like, I want to start working out. And, you know, I got big and I was around this dude at the time. He was like, oh, don't think just because you started working out that you hard now, that you think you the shit now, basically. Since I was getting big, he was like, he basically like brought me back down. And that back then when he said that, it low-key killed my confidence. It's like, damn, like, but that was because I didn't have no self-love, right? That was because I was not ever confident in myself. I was just confident in myself physically, but real confidence comes from within, bro. Real self-love and confidence, that comes from within. And that just goes from doing the things that you say you're going to do and keeping the promises that you make to yourself and really just pouring into yourself every day. Affirmations, bro. I love myself. I just love myself fully and unconditionally. Like speaking to yourself in the mirror every single day. That comes from doing the inner work. Real confidence comes from within, and that just goes along with main character energy. People can see that you actually, you know, you are the main character in your life because you taking the initiative in your life. Like it don't matter what nobody says to me. And I also used to do this thing where I used to be worried about what everybody else was thinking about me or worried about what everybody else wanted me to do. But I would ignore my own, you know, my feelings and what I wanted to do, right? So, you know, I went to college and I realized that the only reason that I went to college back, you know, after I graduated was because, you know, my mom side wanted me to do that. I didn't really want to do that, right? And I feel like a lot of guys, a lot of y'all out there that's like the younger, y'all could really relate to this, right? I realized like I was only doing things for other people's approval. I wasn't doing things for myself. I was constantly just doing things because I wanted people to accept me. And that's not what you want to do. That is not what you want to do, bro. Do things because you genuinely love to do it, bro. Don't do things because, oh, somebody else wanted me to do this or they think they know what's best for me, so I did it because no, bro. Do it because you genuinely love to do it, bro. That's why I'm on YouTube, bro. That's the reason why I'm even making videos in the first place, because I genuinely love to do it. You know, I had to stop caring about what everybody else thought about me. There was a point in time on my journey where it was like the reason why I didn't really want to start making videos when I was just thinking about, damn, I'm watching all of these content creators and I'm like, I want to do that. It was because of fear, because I was just like, damn, I wonder what my friends are going to think. I wonder what people going to think. Ultimately, bro, that don't matter, bro. That do not matter, bro. You have to become the main character in your life. So retention is key, because you realize, like, I'm the main character in my life, right? I'm the main character. I'm really him. And it's really just like I said, it's not even just fully an egotistical thing. It's really just self-love, bro. It's really just the inner work that you have to do, right? So, yeah, bro. And really just that self-love that I have poured into myself, it makes my aura shine, right? You realize that main character energy is really just like, you see it because your aura is shining now. You have that light. A lot of people don't have that light within them, and it shows because you can just see that, bro. Like when I'm at work, a lot of people be just staring at me, bro. And even just not even at work, but out in public, I realize like I'm the main character. I'm in control of my life. So like I just walk with a whole new confidence. I walk with my back up straight, my head held high. Like I just love myself now, bro. Retention has gave me that self-love, bro. Self-love is the best love, bro. I swear to y'all, bro. Self-love is something that you can't get outside of yourself. Like, you can smoke, you can run from yourself all you want. You can smoke weed, you can do drugs, you could chase after these women and think that, you know, this woman pouring into you is going to make you feel fulfillment. But ultimately, that just comes from within, bro. Like, it's nothing. Bro, I'm telling you, bro. Take it from somebody that was like confused and depressed in life. When I started pouring into myself, bro, and when I started this retention journey specifically, because retention changed my whole life. I realized, man, it's really a difference between being a zombie, being asleep, and actually being conscious. And it's one of the best feelings in life to know that you're just conscious. Like you're living your life in the present moment consciously, you know? And you realize that your actions, they have a cause and effect. So like, that's why you have to step outside of your comfort zone. You have to do different things. You have to try new things. You have to step outside of your comfort zone, bro. You have to switch things up, because it's going to give you that main character energy. Retention is powerful, bro. It's the most powerful tool ever, bro. And I don't say that in like a way where it's like, I know y'all done heard this. I'm saying, I know y'all done heard this already, but I just mean that, bro, because I've actually lived and experienced both sides, bro. Chasing after women, having sex with all of these women, chasing lust, all of these things, bro. Now it's like, I actually love myself, bro. I'm actually like more disciplined. I'm more focused on my life. So main character energy, bro. That's what all I wanted to talk about in this video, pretty much, bro. You're the main character in your life, bro. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise, bro. It's a lot of people out here that sleep, man. That's really just not conscious, bro, and not aware. And it's like, you can really see that in their eyes. You can see that in how they treat others. You can see that in how they treat themselves, bro. And just how serious they take their life, right? Like, just continue to keep the promises that you make to yourself, bro. That's all I want to say in this video. It's your boy Ty. I'm gonna speak to y'all in the next video. I'm gonna talk to y'all in the next video. I hope that y'all, you know, continue to take care of yourselves and realize that you powerful, bro. Like, you powerful, bro. Like, and yeah, bro, I'm gonna talk to you on the next video. I'm out, bro. Peace.